Oh, welcome back, baby. It is season 4 of eating at the best and worst reviewed restaurants right here in my state. I'm your main man, Dame Drops. I'm out here right now at 3025 Berlin Turnpike, Newington, Connecticut, at the worst reviewed restaurant for TGI Fridays. I think what we need to do is get into some of these reviews, and then I'm gonna get up in there and do my thing, and at the very end of this video, I'm gonna type up my experience. Sit back, relax, get comfortable. Oh, and let's not forget, we have to bring in the incognito can. Oh yeah, we're gonna see what's happening. I'll holler. I hadn't been there in a while, but stopped in about a month ago. It was clean, the server was very attentive. I used to call it glorified fast food, but it's gotten better. The potato skins were my favorite. Drink menu is excellent. Nice atmosphere. It was clean and was definitely satisfactory. I brought a coworker there and it was their first time and they enjoyed the food. And when they're back in town, I'll definitely be taking them there again. They loved their burger, cooked exactly how they asked, rare, but not too rare and not medium rare. LOL. I love their onion rings. I can't just have one. I forget what they had for a drink, but they were certainly happy with it. I'm happy with a beer. We'll be back. Improved. These are the type of reviews that I love to read, where individuals have one type of experience, but gradually things get better as they keep going back. And I'm pretty sure you had the same experience in your eating restaurant reviews yourself. Last few times I've came here, it's been around 5 p.m. and kind of empty. Guess nobody is choosing this place. But they should, because they have a great new menu and they added different items each month to it. This was a way back menu where it had throwback items on it. Pickles, special Friday sauce, bacon and cheese with 2 thick mozzarella sticks inside, and on top with a skewer. Wow, this thing looked amazing when it came out. I literally devoured it. I could only eat 1 stick, so I brought the other 3 home. We had the potato skins again with our favorite app, and they're so addicting. I washed it down with a mango drink and cotton candy martini, and I had a great dinner. Fast service and no complaints, only compliments. So far, ladies and gentlemen, this is back to back. The first review had actually gotten a 3-piece. That second review has a 5-star. However, this third one has a 2-star rating, and this is back in July. I'm in town for work and stopped in to have dinner with my sister and niece. It's a Tuesday night, and the restaurant is definitely not busy. I stood at the front waiting to be seated for close to 15 minutes before I went and found someone to get a table. We sat without any service for 25 minutes before I went to the bar and asked the bartender for sodas while we wait. The bartender came over to our table to bring our sodas, not in the bar, and said she would take care of us. We had terrific service from there on out, and the bartender was very attentive and really took care of us. I thought perhaps they were just really short-staffed, but there were 2 other servers on duty and only 1 other table in the restaurant. The bartender saved the day. We left her with a nice tip to show our appreciation. The 2 stars is because of the lack of service from everyone else. When it comes down to how you spend your money, customer service is truly everything in this restaurant industry. So I really think that it's extremely important to make sure that we're taking care of the customers when they come in. When you see them, when you hear that you have customers over there, just make sure that you know their needs are taken care of. See if they're ready to order, whatever the case may be. As for me, it's time to slide to TGI Fridays to see what the service is about, to see what our atmosphere is about, and most definitely to see what the food is about. We're going to be grading them on 3 different categories here, and I'm going to write up my review right here on Yelp at the very end of this video, so stay tuned. Now, it's time to cue the music!
We're in trances, going all to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive and get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love, be like when you feel like calling at midnight.
Alright, y'all, man, sliding over here to TGI Fridays, baby. Berlin Turnpike, y'all see how busy this joint is up off over here? It's not really busy up in here today whatsoever. Parking lot is extra dead. Folks don't mess with it the way they used to back in the days. Let's see, man. I just want to make sure the food game is still proper. How you doing? Good, just one? So I continue to walk up off inside of TGI Fridays. As you can see, bar, dumb, empty family. And I wanted to make sure that I was going to be comfortable for this shoot today. So I grabbed up on one of the booths off to the side for show. So you can mess with the menu over here. Table appetizers. It's not a party without the appetizer joint. You still get the paper menu. Get saucy with it. Yo, I'll tell you something, man. TGI Fridays, the sauce game, that Jack Daniels sauce, we all know the joint crazy. Whiskey glaze made with Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey. I think that is important to have. New is Fox on the Rocks barbecue made with brown sugar bourbon flavored whiskey. I made sure that I came with a lunch rush would be probably a little bit after 12 o'clock, so I am here. It is a little bit past 12. It's just me and one other gentleman.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm definitely gonna get the new Fox on the Rocks barbecue. And
For what?
oh, half rack.
Ribs? Okay.
Half rack, yeah. And
Fries and coleslaw, okay with that?
yeah, that's fine. And do the mozzarella sticks.
You got it.
Yeah. And Minute Maid lemonade.
Not a problem.
And if I keep this, that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't want her to see the camera action. Didn't take long for her to come and take my order. So now let's just see how the food comes out. Go ahead and look at the crispiness of the mozzarella sticks, the shape. Go ahead and look at the shavings on that cheese right there and that sauce, marinara sauce, ready for the dipping. I grabbed up a stick. I got flakes all over my thumb. I know you want me to break this thing apart, but I just want to dip it. Splash, splash. Take a bath. Crispy, extremely cheesy mozzarella is actually good. Nice flavor on the breading. It makes all the difference in between bites. And it just makes you want another one. The food arrived. We're about to get into it with the mozzarella sticks here with the grated cheese sprinkles. Very good. Not too hot. Lukewarm and a nice pull. Coleslaw. French fries. These ones actually feel a little lukewarm, but let's see if they have a crisp to them or not. Not bad for the shoe shrimp fries. Would prefer my food. It just came out. I would prefer for it to be a little hotter, but still decent. Need some salt and pepper though. I'm about to hook that up. Definitely need pepper. You happen to have that extra sauce, but that Fox on the Rocks over the ribs, that half rack right there, brown sugar, bourbon, whiskey flavored, loving, sweet, seductive, savory, if you will. I just want to go ahead and get this bite of delight. That right there is looking wet, but hazed over with wetness. Let me hit. I can't get over the fact that these fellas went into the back of the kitchen because nobody was here to seat them. And still didn't see nobody. Ooh. I want to bottle that sauce up. After pouring the sauce on, even though again, still not a lot of red meat, that sauce, straight and direct, you could pour it over anything. Great flavor.
How is everything?
I'm good.
Yeah? You like the new sauce?
Mm-hmm.
You seem like you're enjoying
Yeah,
it.
this sauce is nice.
Is there anything else I can get you right now?
Oh, I'm good.
Where the mozzarella sticks, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just got into the food as soon as I can, that's all.
You were too excited for that. Do you want me to go put this up in the heater so they stay warm?
Yes, please.
I'll be right with you, ladies.
She's good. She was real good. Just need more red meat. Let's get dessert. Look at that vanilla bowl of happiness. Caramel drizzle up off that thing. You got your toffee cake laying low with the cascading ice cream melted on the sides. That ain't nothing but sheer happiness right there. I need to go in and I need to get a bite of delight. I need to get right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. There we go.
It was different.
Yeah, it definitely is. All right, fam, you guys already know the vibes, man. It was another nice lunch experience, and that was because of Brittany. That's why I left her, you know what I'm saying, that decent tip right there, man. Sometimes it's not really all about the food, it's all about the customer service. Like, my food could be horrible, my customer service could be in the upper echelons, and I'm gonna definitely take care of my waiter and my waitress. My food could be amazing, and my service could be horrible, and then I'm just gonna talk about the food, and they're gonna get whatever kind of tip they get. But the service industry, it's not easy to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out just trying to take care of themselves, their families, and the pay is not always that great. So you always, you know, and when you can, I ain't saying always, but when you can, if you could bless somebody, you pay that forward. But let's go ahead and take this back to Yelp right now and type up our experience here at the worst rated TGI Fridays in my state. All right, fam, so as I'm about to go ahead and type this one up for you guys, I just want to let you know that anything misspelled, I've already fixed and corrected in the final edit that's going up on Yelp. So you're going to probably see some errors because I get to typing fast, but mine's all over the place. Let's get into it, though. This is a 4 stars coming from Me Man Dame. It was ghost town for lunch when I had arrived. I'm beginning to think that this location may possibly be on its last leg for a good run, but that's okay. I have not been here in quite a while, and though the reviews are up and down, I definitely wanted to see for myself. The moment I stepped foot into the entrance, I was greeted by a distant voice from the bar, welcoming me into TGI Fridays, and she told me that I could sit anywhere in the bar, and so I made myself comfortable at a small booth nearby. She came over after speaking with the gentleman who was seated at the bar, for it was only the two of us inside, and then she placed the menu on the table and told me that she would be right back with me after I looked it over. It wasn't long before she came back with a smile to take my order, and I decided to go with the mozzarella sticks for an appetizer and their new Fox on the Rocks barbecue, which is basically their ribs with brown sugar, bourbon-flavored whiskey, and this is in partnership with actor, musician, comedian Jamie Foxx. My mozzarella sticks were crisp with a very good string pull on the cheese, and I was not expecting that, for they came out lukewarm, as did my fries and even my ribs, but I digress. They were good enough for a 3.5 alone. But soon after, my entree arrived, and I knew once again not to expect too much, for my ribs were glazed over, and not in a good way. More of a haze than a glaze, but I did start with my french fries, and after adding salt and pepper, I was left with sticks of despair, but when you are hungry enough, anything is edible. They were subpar at best, but then again, so were the ribs. They needed more meat on those bones. I will admit that the sweet and savory barbecue sauce used was good enough to resurrect the ribs from their deathbed, and so the overall bite was decent enough to carry the ribs into a 3.5. For an added flair to my meal, I went with their latest ice cream and toffee cake with caramel drizzle. The pecans were omitted from this dessert, and it was quite possibly the best part of my food experience at TGI Fridays. Creamy, rich, and decadent. What else could you possibly ask for, aside from a hotter meal with better ribs? What carries this review up to a 4 is the outstanding customer service that I received from the moment that I walked in up until I left. My server continued to check on me throughout the meal, even with more patrons entering, and she recommended the dessert too. I left a great tip for her alone, and that is why this review gets a 4 from me. The restaurant being clean is just an obvious bonus, for unfortunately it was empty, and so there wasn't much action to maintain. So overall, fam, TGI Fridays might be one of those dinosaurs in the near future, unfortunately. It has great potential. I really think that it would take for investors to come in and do a whole entire revamp if they're looking to save it, very much like a Friendly's. But unfortunately, it might kind of slip through the grass if customers aren't arriving. And like I said, it's not so much the experience, but just the food overall. The food game, the quality, right? It needs to be stepped up a lot in order to bring the people back, in order to gain their trust again. People don't like spending these new higher prices just to receive subpar type food that's bland, food that needs overall assistance, no matter how good the customer service is. She made me a Dame Drops. If there's anything that you would like to see for the best and worst reviewed restaurants right here in my state, and now I'm covering some restaurant chains as well, so be sure to hit me up in the comment section below. Let your boy know. Slap a like on this video. Let me know you're not a bot. And I'm going to see you guys next week.